Men's basketball starts off the new year on a high note.
And volleyball hires a new head coach.
All that and more coming up on the Penguin Rundown. It's a brand new year and a brand new episode. Welcome to the Penguin Rundown. I'm Corey McCray, joined alongside Christina Stanovich. Christina, how are we doing?
Good. I've had a good new year so far, some nice resting time, and I'm ready to get back to school.
Men's basketball starting off Horizon League play, 3-0, and volleyball gets a new head coach, which you're going to tell us about.
Absolutely. The volleyball team received exciting news as a new coach has been chosen. Alini Scott has been selected to lead the program as the 10th head coach in school history. Scott spent the last 3 seasons as the head coach at Hiram College. She was previously an assistant coach at Akron for 5 seasons, and she was the head coach at Indiana University of Pennsylvania for 2 years in between. Scott had this to say about being the new head coach. "I'm extremely excited and humbled to be named the next head volleyball coach at YSU. I want to thank all of those who have helped me so much along the way, as well as Ron Strello, Elaine Jacobs, Emily Wallet, and the rest of the search committee for the opportunity. We want to wish the best of luck to Alini and the volleyball team on the upcoming season."
It was a rough start to the season for the men's basketball team, and that was the case until the calendar turned to 2018. On New Year's Day, the men traveled to take on Cleveland State for their first conference game and came home victorious. Now, a strong start to conference play has the Gwins amongst the top in the Horizon League. Coach Calhoun spoke on the team's progress in this week's press conference.
You don't really know what you have until you're out there in the games. And then as you win, that helps your culture. So obviously the last 3 games and getting off to the first ever 3-0 start in this conference, playing with a little chip on our shoulder, fighting through a little adversity, battling a very demanding non-league schedule, battling an injury to our leader, our point guard, has really helped this team. All those games, you look back on them, they made us better. They know what's going on out there. They know the landscape of this league. They know who's picked to win the league. They know the respect factor. They know where they stand right now. And as I told them this morning, the only way you get knocked off the pedestal is if you stop working. You stop doing the things that got you to this point. And it's a long year. You don't know how good your team can really get. We're just scratching the surface. I've seen guys.
Breaking down YSU's win streak even further, I'm joined by Chris Colella. Now, Chris, a team that starts off 2-11 has now won its last 3 games in Horizon League play. What's clicking for this team?
Well, it's got to be the players buying into the coach's mentality, Coach Calhoun, that is. And we've seen him have success at Fairmont State, such as last year. He wants to get that full court press mentality, and now we're seeing it. The turnover to assist ratio is through the roof in favor of Youngstown State, and they're really starting to get going.
Now, a key to Calhoun's system is exactly what he said. We're going to be more conditioned to the other team. How does that play a role in his system?
Well, it plays a huge role. As we said, it gets into the pressure. It's high-paced offense and defense. And Coach Calhoun said a couple press conferences ago that they aren't exactly where he wants them to be to press for 40 minutes a game, but that's going to come in time. And it's something that it'll be practiced on and something that'll be done in time.
And some of the differences that you see from last year's squad to this year's squad, more offensive production, they're getting up more shots, and then as you alluded to, pressure on defense, full court press. Absolutely,
and that was a struggle early on, and some players struggled as well, such as Cameron Morris, who won Horizon League Player of the Week last week. Guy that's averaged 19 points over the first 3 Horizon League games. He's really started to come into his own. We're going to see if that rubs off on any of the other players, get some momentum going. You've seen guys like Garrett Covington. He's played a huge role, and it's going to be one heck of a stretch coming down here the second half of the season.
Thank you, Chris. We'll see if the streak continues. Back to you, Christina.
The women's basketball team is off to a 2-2 start in Horizon League play. The Penguins just recently concluded their longest homestand in 26 years, which saw them earn victories over Detroit Mercy and UIC. Sarah Cash leads the Penguins in points per game at 11.9 and is tied for the team lead in rebounds per game at 3.9 per contest. The team will now hit the road for a 4-game road swing beginning tonight as they travel to Green Bay to take on the Phoenix. That game will tip off at 8 p.m. and can be heard on 570 WKBN or seen live on ESPN3. To see the rest of the Penguins' upcoming schedule, visit YSUsports.com.
After a relaxing training trip to Deerfield Beach, Florida, the swim and dive team has returned to snowy Youngstown. The women will begin their winter portion of the season as they travel to take on St. Francis tomorrow night at 6 p.m. For stats and scores, check out YSUsports.com. Now, Christina, it's time for double play of the week. We got 2 plays for you. Let's see it. Right here, India Benjamin, and out of nowhere, Mary
Heck of a
Dunn.
screen by Mary Dunn right there.
That's basketball, and like we said, everyone saw that coming, but the defender there. And how about this, Melinda Trimmer?
3 to end the third quarter right here.
Great concentration by Melinda Trimmer.
Just a swish buzzer beater.
Great plays of the week, and that's going to do it for us here at the Penguin Rundown. For news, highlights, and more, check out YSUsports.com, and be sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook at Penguin Rundown 1. I'm Corey McCrae.
And I'm Christina Sainovich.
Have a great week, Youngstown.